specialist George Coultier, who created American Management Services. And in an interview taped earlier, I asked George what his firm was all about.
Well, what we do is turnarounds, financial turnarounds for small and mid-sized companies, up to about 500 million in sales. And in that process, our job is to take them from no profitability or zero profitability, or take them to the top quartile in their industry. That is to really turn them around and begin to make some serious money for the owners.
Like Krispy Kreme.
Absolutely. I look at that and drool. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah, the guy up there, what is he making? $795 million an hour or something. Yeah, Cooper. Yeah, he's pretty good.
And he's only working part-time.
Right. Sold the jet.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Is that what you do, George? You go, first thing you go in and you sell the jet?
Right, I just transfer it to us. No. Just kidding. What happens is that I can't believe they got someone part-time. I mean, it just makes no sense. That's a full-time job. You have to totally, whoever's running it has to totally immerse themselves in that business. It's impossible to do it part-time.
Well, George, who hires you? Now, is it the board of directors or
most of the companies we work for some public companies, as you know, in our corporate governance area. Yeah. But basically, we work for privately held companies. 70% of them are usually family businesses. So we have both the necessary interactions with the family, and so it's usually. But we want the ownership to hire us.
Doing a family business, that's extremely precarious.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got so many things on the plate on that.
Absolutely, and there's always the balance between making profits and being sensitive to the family issues. But we believe in making profits first, and then because most of the rifts in family businesses are caused by not enough money to go around for all the family members.
I got you.
At the end of the day, it's still about money.
Oh, like everything, it always boils down to that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. George, you know, corporate governance, last time you were here, about a year ago, we talked about corporate governance, which was less than desirable in the nation's business world. Has anything changed?
Well, as I read the headlines about Hewlett-Packard and Fannie Mae, I say, doesn't look like it's changed much to me. I'm sure that there is some small progress, you know, between the acts that have been passed and more ethical thoughts on the parts of CEOs. But basically, you still have the same serious greed factor in play.
You know, just lately, you know, coming up, and you're from Boston, but you live down here in South Florida. You're a resident now. With Procter & Gamble buying Gillette, which is a major corporate player in Boston. And we've got this situation, which I consider totally outrageous, is we got Mr. Kiltz, who's the chairman of Gillette, selling to Procter & Gamble. He's going to lay off 7,000 to 8,000 people in Boston from Gillette, and he walks away with $150 million. That is disgusting. Now, what's your opinion with corporate governance on that?
Well, I think that he probably had a contract, so any money he's getting, I'm sure, is legal, because Gillette's known to be pretty good at following their contracts. The issue is, where is he or people like him on the ethical quota?
My opinion is zero.
Right. I think that you have to say that clearly making $150 million for one man while 7,000 or 8,000 are laid off is just out of balance. There is an ethical issue which is not resolvable under the current system of laws we have. So I think that he should consider taking, let's be generous, take $100 million and keep 50. Take the $100 million, put it in a fund to help retrain those workers and relocate them. But you very rarely hear about those kind of stories.
You never do. You know, they're buying $15 million houses in Aspen and using them for 2 months.
2 months. Yeah. Actually, 20 million in Aspen, 15 in Nantucket.
Yeah. You know, these guys are absolutely bums when they do that. They might be captains of corporate industry, but on an ethical level, they suck. There's just no question about it, you know. All right, listen, we're running out of time on this particular. I want to take a break, do some commercials. Then we'll come back and we'll talk more about what's happening on the corporate governance scene. All right. And stay with us. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
That's where National Cleaners comes in. We pay attention to every detail. National Cleaners provides janitorial and custodial services for offices, restaurants, industrial, and overnight cleaning. National Cleaners does the dirty job no one else wants to. No matter the size of your work facility, National Cleaners will make it fresh for you. Call National Cleaners today for a free quote and see how you can save up to 20% on cleaning services, or visit our website.
Only 8 days left. Designs and Details Home Furnishings Boca Raton is closing forever midnight, April 11th. Hurry in now and name your own price on all fine furniture, bedding, leather, and handmade oriental rugs. Absolutely no reasonable offer will be refused on anything in the store, but you must make it in time to name your own price. We will not refuse, deny, or turn away any reasonable offers. So get into your car, better yet a truck or van, and make your way to the Federal Highway in Boca and name your own price at Designs and Details Home Furnishing. After 15 years, closing the doors and going out of business forever, midnight, April 11th. Only 8 days left.
Back with George Gauthier, who's the top guy in the United States, or one of the top guys in the United States, who does some great turnarounds on companies, and also is an expert in corporate governance, which hasn't changed much.
No, not at all.
Well, what did we talk earlier in the interview?
Well, Carly Farina got $42 million on the way out.
Yeah.
Not bad for someone who didn't get the stock up at all. In fact, it went down 50%.
Well, yeah. How does that happen? We get Carly Farina going in with HP, then she merges the whole deal with Compaq, and the stock plunges. She gets fired, walks away with $42 million. I mean, what happened, George?
Obviously, the plan didn't work.
Yeah.
And at least the directors, after some period of it not working, had enough gumption to let her go. And I'm sure the direction, no matter what they say, the direction of that company is probably in turmoil right now, but it will probably be a better company for it. I think that the deal with her going in, which is probably too generous and wasn't performance-based. In other words, they didn't